Hey guys, it's a beautiful morning here in Bali. It's raining. I kept trying to uh, clear off the lens on my camera here because it keeps fogging up. So I don't know how much this lens is going to fog up. I've been here for over a week, and I think I'm going to write an article on this place. This place it has so much beauty. I tried to go somewhere yesterday, and the locals blocked me off. And I can tell that, there's so many people that come into Bali because there's so much beauty here based on their old, uh, the way that they used to, all their artisans and, their culture, the way they built their buildings and everything is very beautiful. So they're trying to preserve their heritage. And so I think that, they've gotten to a place where they've selected areas on the island where just the locals are okay. Anyway, where was I at? The neighbor walked by, so I had to say hi. Um, they built an airport here in 1969, and that's what really brought all the people here. Before 1969, this place was fairly undeveloped, and the culture was intact. And you can tell since then that so many people have moved in here. The road systems follow the creeks, all of the rivers that come off the mountains. There's several tall mountains here in Bali. I think that was thunder. um, and So those road systems have just gotten completely overwhelmed as people have started, visiting the island. That it's brought a lot more wealth to the people that live here, but at the same time, the crowding has overpacked the roads, so that Denpasar is just is so overpacked, and they don't have a drainage system to deal with large portions of rain. So earlier this week they had floods, and over 10 people died from buildings collapsing and other things. So it's a very interesting area in that it's a group of people that are trying to retain their heritage, but the heritage that they built over the centuries is what's attracting some of the wealth that they're experiencing. And so trying to balance keeping that alive with maintaining their natural good nature for people that show up and visit the area is an interesting dynamic that this group of people are going through. I think it's similar in a lot of places where you've got large groups of people that have built very beautiful areas, and then the whole world flocks in to see the beauty that they've created, especially if the beauty was not intended for sale, right? It's different when you go to areas like Vegas, where the whole reason that they built that area was for profit, and so it attracts a certain style of consumer that is just looking to put money in their pocket, right? And so the whole area is built to siphon one another's energy, whereas in Bali, it's completely different. It has to do with a culture that knew the value of daily rituals and creating beauty in their environment. And so it attracts the people that appreciate that. But at the same time, right, if you have a percentage of people who want to take advantage of that, or have enough money where they can just kind of enjoy that energy without contributing to it in any way, then the area falls out of balance. And this is what's happened here, where you've got places where Denpasar is so overpacked, and the roads were never designed to contain that kind of influx of people, and then the population explosion that happens from that, and it creates a hot spot in one area where the energy slows down and gets stagnant. And then it's just a fact of nature that all of a sudden parts of the population start to die off when things like floods and just natural things come in. So same thing, something similar is happening in California. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna write my conclusions in a post or in an article today and post it on LinkedIn. So if you guys are interested in following me on LinkedIn or any other social media content, feel free to do so. This is my YouTube channel, so I like to post my thoughts on YouTube and what I experience from the psychic energy that's around us, right? You don't ever try and judge it as good or bad. You can just observe it and then see where it's going. It's always coming. Conflicts in the body build, right? And then those conflicts have to ground out. And as those conflicts ground out, then something new is created. And that's ideally, you want to connect people in a way where they can create something as a group. Because if everybody's trying to create their own world from their own perspective and they're trying to sell that to everybody else, then that's when the conflicts arise, right? Anyway, love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.